We'll discuss all this further. Are we ready?
Do we need to now?
I know, yeah.
We've not
started off the show with
We've not
about
started
smoking
the show
debate. And we've not even started. Oh, it's all well and good.
Welcome.
Hello again.
Redline Anytime. Episode, are we going to do it again? Episode 23.
Ooh. Yeah, baby, that's a big one.
Big one today, being World's final weekend for the Downhill Mountain Bikers, UCI World Champs weekend, I should say, last race of the season.
Everyone's got a custom
All
bike.
to play for, everyone's got a custom bike. I've posted wood on more bike posts this week. Yeah. Like, first of all, Charlie Atten's blue A200, I saw a post for that, it was like, whoa.
It was the first painted album.
First painted album, and like,
okay.
That's nice. And then like, scrolled down a little bit, and then there was the red one, and the Andres Gold's red one. Honestly, like anodized aluminium.
Right.
Like it's got just that lovely, really it looks like it's anodized, but it's carbon, so it can't have been. And like, what kind of paint is it? A wrap? I don't know.
Yeah, how does that work? It
Looks gold forks like that.
Ridiculous.
Oh my god! So I was like that wood. I scrolled down, wood. You know, with like the water squirting, like that, wood.
100%
wood. Honestly, I've wooded more bikes this week like that. Definitely wood. Yeah, definitely wood. What else have we got? A couple of discussion points. Chip e-bikes, are they worth it? Smoking in pubs, is it worth it? Sports test with Dan. What else have we got? We got our celebrity death match. Got a good one this week. Grylls versus Mears. Classic pub comparison. Astrology's back.
We've got astrology this week.
Astrology is
Looking
back.
forward to astrology this week.
Plenty of riding going on, and we're going to actually set up next week's celebrity death match this week, so that we can actually go and find out about our celebrities. Yeah, we're going to because like we can't decide. Like, we start like an hour before we do the show, and we're like, oh, should we do this? And you realise you don't know anything about that person
you're going to chat about. So we'll do some research for next week.
So we've got two belters, and we're actually going to assign teams this for next week. So let's get in there. Top of the show, World's UCI, World Champ Week, all to play for. Although it does look like it's kind of sewn up, but mathematically, Loic Bruni's looking hard to beat. Right. However, he did put it on pole in quali, so he's now 300 points
ahead.
250 points ahead.
No, because he got 50 points because he won in quali. So he was,
he was 200 ahead going into the weekend. He's now 250 ahead. Yeah. You get 200 for winning.
He's 270 ahead now.
So you get 200 for winning semis, and then you get 250 for winning finals.
Yeah.
So if he crashes 270 points, if he crashes now and say Omri Piron wins semis and then wins finals, he can beat him by 30 points. Wow. So
it's not looking likely.
It's not looking likely.
He's in position 12.
But Omri Piron has been fast this year, and he's just come back from injury start, and he's got faster and faster. However, it's like Loic Bruni is a bit. What was that French rally driver? Who just won everything for ages in that Citroen C4. What's his name? Loeb. Sebastian Loeb. He's like Sebastian Loeb downhill. He's literally just like and all the other heads like mid-table, like 12, 14, 16. Bernard Kerr's down in like 16. Yeah, Charlie Atten, current world champ, is lower than him.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's rough.
Wow, honestly, the season's topsy-turvy. Really, really topsy-turvy. So
it's only good for the sport, though.
It's very good for the sport. So where is it again now? Andorra, is it?
Yeah.
Andorra. Straight, we've had a couple of weeks off, summer break, back for finals. Everyone's in like super good fitness, loads of really good content as well.
All over the place,
loads of good content.
Loads of
everyone's running custom bikes, everyone's running custom fucking kit.
It's World Champs, isn't it?
So it's just Champs Week, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Celebration week.
Everyone's loving it, Cool. Do you see the videos of Bernard Kerr's dog in a jersey as well?
I did see that.
Quite funny as well, So you've made loads of notes here.
You got the top 5 results.
I've got quali top 5 results came in today. Today being Thursday, so we've got quali today, semis Friday, and finals are Saturday. So we've got MotoGP Aragon as well this weekend. That'll be a belter. And Formula One as well, Monza, I believe. It's a double weekend.
Big one.
So, quality top 5 results, Loic Bruni, so 50 points to him. Ryan Pinkerton, Danny Hart,
Yeah,
third.
I know,
Danny
I saw
Hart
that, I
in
was
third. Did you see all the reels of that classic run as well? Like in the pour, have you seen that one?
No, I've
Pouring
not seen
down
that,
rain.
no.
It's one of the iconic runs in mountain biking, made more so by the commentary. Rob Warner, like years and years ago, it's good like 10, 14 years ago now. Rob Warner just absolutely how can this man sit on a bike? His balls are that big. It's like, like live commentary, like go on, but the run, the weather, everyone, all the fast, like put fast runs down, and then the weather just, and it was a mudslide. The track was a mudslide, right, and it was like no one's beating those dry times. Danny Hart come down and smashed it.
Really?
How no one knows how, but he was like massive whips off jumps. It was just like, and still took it like
One
last
of them
man
for the history
down.
books.
I'll show you in the
History
web.
type
Like
of
look
runs,
out, like search the reels up. Danny
big
Hart, Rob Warner. Honestly, one of the classic runs, and that's all been coming up as well. Oh, Bottle Rockets, that's come up as well. I'm going to write Bottle Rockets because that was quite good.
Oh, the launch of
Yeah.
from how long ago was that? I saw that
a few years ago
back.
now,
The old
but, like,
Bottle Rocket.
we're going to do another one of that. Redline all the time in orbit.
Bigger and better.
But I want
It's
to go.
got to be massive.
I want to go bigger this time. Anyway, so Worlds all to play for, going to be good. Weather looks good. Track looks sick.
It's dusty. It is so dusty.
But then it
though.
bucketed it down as well yesterday. So like,
I like dusty
they're
tracks.
still flying though. Honestly, like looking at the speed of the top section, mate, it's just like, it's like the bottom section of Super Sweep, you know, the motorway section, except gnarly, and you're like,
that speed and it's short. You know what I mean?
rooty, tacky, just like that. Oh my god, it's going to be. I'm devoed. It's not on Red Bull TV, you know. So yeah, that will be spectacular, and we think Loic Bruni is our world champ elect this year. He's had a brilliant year. Specialised have had a fabulous year.
Oh, absolutely.
Really good year.
Yeah, they're going to take it for like the team win. You know what I mean?
I think they probably will. I think they probably already have, to be fair. Where do we go all the way around? Oh, you've got other stuff written there that I don't know what you've written. Oh, Fox.
Like and subscribe.
Shout out to the sponsors.
Shout out to the sponsors. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
So that's it for Worlds. Anything else? Well, it's just going to unfold over the course of the weekend. We'll keep an eye on it and bring you all the stuff next week. Is it working? There's a couple of sections of Is It Working. So do you want to start off with Is It Working this week?
Yeah, okay. Just a big shout out to Chris at Durtech, Ellesmere Port.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Yeah, I've had my car down there today. Had it on the dyno. Just a couple of faults that we need to rectify before next week. Actuator valve and stuff. But he's made a hell of a difference to my car. I mean, it's just, I took Colin for a spin earlier on, and he's amazed at where it's at.
Honestly, friend of the show,
and just being standard as well. Until next week, it's running so much better.
Everything just working well and as it should be. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
but once we solve these couple of problems next week, it should be even better.
It's honestly like I've had a go in it. I've been out in it, and that new centre section as well completely changed the car. It's like it's actually you can have a conversation with
I had
the
a piece of
person
exhaust
next to you.
fitted last week, and that's just made a hell of a difference.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So
really like it. I really like it. I am all for pomp and ceremony and popping and banging and like pantomime horses and cars, but however, it's better.
It's better.
It's definitely better.
So looking forward to next Thursday, Chris, so we can get it sorted. Big shout out Durtech. If you want your car, something doing your car, and Wirral, Ellesmere Port, get to Durtech.
Friend of the show.
Come back next week for the results.
Yes.
Oh yeah, will it be fixed by this time next week?
Yeah. Next Thursday.
We'll report back in on that.
Yeah.
Is it working for us? Everything working. I'm working. We've been out lots on the bikes.
Wow.
Your downhill
it
rig
is working, but
has
it's gone to the shop.
It's gone back to
suspension.
Getting the suspension changed.
it's gone into Off the Rock Cycles. Adam at Off the Rock Cycles
Big
again.
up, as always.
Big up. Taking care of business, looking after things. Picked up a couple of spare Contis whilst I was in there. So again, thank you for putting all those Continentals on the shelf.
Friend
I must be the only person that buys them off him. So it was like, got one for the front of the downhill rig and a spare as well, because it was up Dovey. The front end of that downhill rig is just not right, and I'm mucking around suspension. And the obvious thing is it's still got the original Tanwall tyre on from when I bought it. And having ridden the e-bike so much, that's got a Conti on the front, and you just have all the confidence. It just plants, and you just lean on it, and I've not had a single bit of like chatter or understeer or like whoop today at all. It's just been so planted.
There's your answer, mate. Get one on.
So I'm going to whack one on. I'm going to whack a Conti on it, and I guess we're going to have to take it back to Dovey.
Yeah.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Oh well. So that. Let's stay on topic. We'll talk about Dovey in a minute. We've got a section for that. So it's gone to Off the Rock. He's going to strip it down and then send all the suspension off to our good friends at Race Ready in the Lake District.
That's where you sent your
That's
stuff
where they've done all that now. They've
Yeah.
literally done both bikes, all the servicing, all the
mine as
setup.
well, didn't
He did your Focus as well. Yeah, we got that sent off up there. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous, runs so well, although I'm going to go up a spring rate in the downhill rig at the back. But maybe, because I'm trying to find grip at the front by altering the balance, a little bit more support on the back, maybe it's just as simple as
Maybe it's just a tyre, mate, for sure. Yeah.
So I'll swap. I've got a tyre. I'll swap the tyre. Then we'll have to go to Dovey, run it again, because I've got too many clicks.
You know the difference tyres make, mate.
All the difference. And unfortunately, I went back from the magpeds onto the stamps. Honestly, I like the feeling of them. I like the way they work. But because I broke my left foot ages ago, my left ankle, it's slightly toes out, which means that foot sits more outboard on the pedal. Because the magped I got is a narrower pedal. I kind of feel like I'm on the edge of the pedal, like I'm tippy-toeing on it. Don't feel planted. Put the stamps back on it. I've got new ride shoes as well, mate. Amazing. Imagine,
look cool as well.
Imagine like a pair of Rockports, right? In terms of like how comfy they are, and how warm they are, and how waterproof they are, with 510 stealth soles on. So like as soon as you stick into everything, you go. But that's it. You glue to it. Wore them today. They're not cheap. Wore them today. Honestly, they are the best mountain biking shoes I've ever had, and they actually don't make you look like you've got like
practical and cool
lifts or like polio injection went wrong as a kid or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, they actually look like real shoes. They're really good. Honestly, love them. 510s. Send us some more if you want. So I've got more of them because I've got that light summer pair as well, didn't I? That I took to Italy.
You've got a lot of 510s.
Quite a lot of 510s. And do you know what? They're all still belters. Like no matter how, because I only ever really wear them for mountain biking. You don't ever really wear them out. They don't fall apart. Do you know what I mean? So like, as long as you keep them clean so they don't rot. Got like Free Rider Pros from like 8 years ago that are still belter shoes. You know what I mean? So loving your work. So yeah, your bike going off to Race Ready to have all its
I'm excited to get
tuned,
that back.
and that'll be interesting because you've got like Fox 49s with Olin's inners. So it's like just let them know that they've got Olin's inners, but I've no doubt they'll strip them down and go, we've got all the bits for this. We'll just sort them and send them back.
It's already been modded to have an Olin's thing in it. You know what I mean? So it's really.
So when they take the cartridge out of the foot, out of the legs, it'll be like that. It's Olin's, right? Sounds so we'll just
replace it with
parts.
Yeah, exactly.
Other than that, all bikes working well. I lowered the bars on the e-bike, wasn't comfortable with them before, felt too weird, put some risers on it, they're now too high. Lowered them, took the spacers out, dropped them down a little bit this morning. Mega. Felt boss today. Really flying well, really good. So that's the bikes, they're all working, we're working, everything seems to be working. Get yours back in a week or two. I can't go to Dovey then until you get your bike back because you're going to have started work by the time you get your bike back.
No, if it's in it.
You've ruined the end of the summer for me.
Yeah, you've ruined getting the job.
You've ruined the end of the summer for me by getting a job.
My bad.
Or by not sending your bike off while you couldn't ride it.
You had that cast on and you.
That would have been the time to send it off.
Your shoulder.
Stop being so responsible.
Says you were captain responsible last week. Never doing this again. Never doing this again. Yeah, got a little bit out of hand last week. Too much wine, too much beer. It was like very late. Good fun though, very good fun. And have you noticed we've not actually played PS4 golf since we got the Wii going again? It's just so much better, isn't it?
Yeah,
more involved and competitive.
Right, so
fun.
that's like bikes, cars, UCI, everything else is literally nonsense. So like, let's cover all. Stay on bikes a bit, right? Riding, we've ridden loads. We were at Dovey Monday. We got a cheeky Degler Tuesday.
No, we got Dovey Monday. Did we go Tuesday?
This is our second ride out on the e-bikes this week, and it's only Thursday, so we didn't go out yesterday. It must have been Dovey Monday, Degler Tuesday. Then we've done Offers Dyke, Degler Black and Sheep Run today.
Yeah.
And we're out again tomorrow doing the World's End Loop out of Langone.
Nice.
Lots of riding. Lots of riding. Honestly,
I've already been on the bike 4 days on this week.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's why you're feeling so tired. Dovey Monday, first ride back? No, it's
first Dovey back.
First Dovey back after injury.
Yeah.
Honestly, felt really good. Really, really good. Absolute pussy when it came to like getting both wheels off the ground. But I think that's as much confidence in the front end of it as anything else. I'm still trying to like dial it in.
Change that tyre and that's going to make so much difference. I think
change the tyre as well. It is getting close to the bottom at the rear, so put a little bit more support in the back. It should give me a little bit more bite at the front with a new tyre on. That should be right. The front forks are absolutely sweet. Absolutely sweet. Fox, they are Fox 40s in fact. Factory 40s, they are fantastic forks. I love them. The DHX on the back is really, honestly, it's so much traction. It's just if you do like a big fast drop to a landing that's falling away from you, so you're probably like coming in from like maybe 8 to 10 feet at speed, you can just do it like that. Yeah, it's just bottom down. But it's only on them really big ones that you go and take off, and it's when the ground falls away from you, then you're accidentally like 10 feet off the ground going off you. It doesn't like bottom out heavily, but you can feel it bottom out. It's not
doesn't bottom out for me like.
I've not got enough spring rate. You've got way too much spring rate. That's all it is. Times look good as well. So we set out, and we genuinely did set out like that. Look, let's not take the piss. Let's ride within ourselves. Neither of us have been for a while. We're both coming back from injury. Let's just like build up. And we did. And even just like taking it easy. And we were honestly, hand on heart, not pushing. No, we even stopped like at a reasonable time. Stopped, had some lunch, rode our way back in. Even then, you look at the times and it's like, you're still setting like PRs and stuff like that. So,
it was good.
So it was a great day. It was a really good day. You only had one fall. I managed to. Actually managed to stay upright for the whole day. Had a close one, but other than that, it just
feeling good as well.
It felt really good, really, really good. Felt strong. But also
a couple more weeks and get yourselves into an event.
Also knew when to stop as well. Both G and Dan were knocking around. That was quite funny. I had a chat with both of them. Honestly, G's growing on me. I've got to, and I don't mean this disrespectfully. Dan always seemed a little bit more accessible, like knocking around the park and stuff like that. Mainly because I probably spoke to him more than G, and you got that. But like, I was just coming out the bike wash. G was walking up like, pushing the bike holding like a coffee with a load of marshmallow, and it was like, I'm looking at my bike and he's going, just admiring the muck off bike wash, and he's like, just admiring the cleanness, and I'm looking at it just amazed that I'm still here and not like injured this time. He's laughing his head off, and he's like, it's all part of it. I was like, so I reckon that you could probably still beat me holding that cup of coffee. So we had a bit of a crack
with all the marshmallows.
And his new video is being premiered.
I don't think it is.
It's not his, but he's in it.
It's a Red Bull.
It's a Red Bull film.
A few people are in it with different parts.
But the girls are in it this time. It's the first of these like extreme riding films. featuring a load of female riders as well, like free riders and stuff like that.
Should be good.
And a load of new talent coming through as well. So you can go ride the park during the day, chill out, and then in the evening they're going to premiere this new Red Bull film at the park with most of the people in the film actually there. You know what I mean? It's supposed to, it's going to be cool. It's on the 7th, is it? 7th September. So so if you can get yourself down to Dubby, 7th September, new Red Bull film will be cool. There'll be loads of cool people. I reckon that'll be bad. I'd be gutted that we're not going to be there, but you know, it's going to be cool. Is that it for mountain biking? So I've been doing loads of riding, doing a bit more riding, getting right into it. Feeling really good since like injuring myself and coming back from injury. I actually feel fitter after being injured.
Yeah, long the tank though, isn't it?
6 or 8 weeks off than I did beforehand.
What is that, a reset?
Which leads us on to our next subject. We'll keep it on the e-bikes thing, and then we'll drop onto the current affairs. Chipped e-bikes.
Are they worth it?
Is it worth it? This is becoming a thing, like rioting. Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Chipped e-bikes. Is it worth it? So, first couple of years of me riding an e-bike, I had it chipped, and I'm very much of the opinion that it's like, well, don't leave. What's the point of bringing battery back to the van? So, like, turn it right up, empty both taps, and ride it as fast as you can everywhere. Except, that's all very well and good, but since coming back, I've not been riding with my chip, and I've just been riding it in low power modes, right? Yeah. So, with your chip, you're going faster, but your times don't reflect. You're going faster in places, but I think you fuck about a bit more. I don't know, it seems a bit more stop-starty, right? Your battery range is miles shorter, so you don't tend to ride for as long, so you're not building fitness or retaining fitness. You seem to be always going backwards. You're not riding very far.
But I think, like you were saying before, without the chip, you're riding more consistently at a more consistent speed.
Yeah.
Rather with the chip, it's up and down a bit more, isn't it?
Yeah.
Without it, you're more consistent.
But like,
and
you can still go to Dover, and it's a bit like, okay, so if I can do like 15 point whatever miles an hour, like your mindset changes from like going as fast as you can to be like, well, I'll tell you what, I'll just go that speed everywhere.
Yeah.
Which means like when you're on a climb, you can't just get your head down, and rather than like concentrating on how fast you can go at the other side of it, it's a bit more like, right, head down, pin it on the limiter, and like keep it on the limiter for the climbs. And we're getting back to the trail centre after like a 12-ish mile loop with most of your battery left and a comparative time to when you had it turned right up. But we're now like, right, so we need to be going further. So we're becoming like better conditioned and fitter because we're riding further and we've got more battery range. So that it's exactly the opposite. Rather than it being a shrinking thing, it's like, it's really fired me up. Do you know what I mean? Really fired me up.
It's conditioning.
I can go and ride further. So like, I am battery assisted, but because I'm riding a lot further now with less assistance, you don't feel like you're going backwards fitness wise. In fact, you can feel yourself getting fitter. And like you judge that by when you get back to the van, are you blowing out your ass, or are you going, should we just do like another cheeky lap while we're in, or like, oh my god, look how much battery I've not used. Do you know what I mean? Like I can go to Degler, open both taps and kill a battery in a lap, like a whole battery, and I have to back off at the end because I'm about to run out of battery. Or today I went round like on 1 bar. 1 bar of battery. Like at around the same pace.
Felt better about yourself.
Felt better about myself, I felt a bit more smug as well because the pace is about the same.
Exactly.
It was like that.
So, as we say, is it worth it?
Chipped e-bikes, is it worth it?
No, not really.
It seems not. Initially, it seems
you're like that, all for it.
But like, actually, on reflection,
depending on what you want out of your bike,
I'm enjoying it a bit more without it. To be fair, I feel like I'm pushing myself a bit now and going forward. So we don't think it's worth it.
No.
Another, is it worth it? Smoking in beer gardens.
Oh. Is it worth
it? Is it worth it, or is it right, or is it wrong?
Obviously, we've had the new smoking in beer, and as a podcast focused on like sports and like health, I guess, like
smoking in general,
we should be campaigning for a complete smoking ban everywhere. However, we're pretty much all smokers, so it's a case of like
simple as
smoking in beer gardens. So You made a comment yesterday. Lab Bible posted this thing. Leaked document says that they're planning on doing this, the other. Yeah. He posted one line. So what's the point of going to the beer garden then? He doesn't go to pubs or drinking beer gardens, but he made a good point. 2,500 people have agreed with him. I'm like, oh my god, he's gone viral.
At the end of the day, it's like you used to be able to smoke in the pub, and like if you didn't want to be around people smoking, you wouldn't go to the pub.
Yeah,
you'd go to like a non-smoking place to drink. I don't know. I wasn't
home.
So exactly. So like
you could smoke on buses,
and then they've stopped just smoking in the pubs, and now you go into the beer garden to have a smoke, and it's kind of like that's the smoking section really.
If it's the winter, there's like you and 20 other people all huddled into a shed with one of them fucking infrared heater things, like
some don't even have that though, do they?
Suffering for your ciggy, right? The summer is like where you get to go, this is the smoking area. So it's like sunny, warm. It's like that pubs make sense again. So I can go to the pub, have a ciggy and a pint, and I can sit off in the sun and enjoy it.
It's like what we talked about before, with families in the beer garden with kids. And like you said, it's basic decency. If you're going out to the beer garden to have a cigarette and you see a family out there enjoying food, whatever, with kids, you don't go anywhere near them with a cigarette. You'll go over to the other side.
Exactly.
You'll give them the respect that you're doing that. You're with kids, so I'm not going to come anywhere near you. But I guess there's other people that don't even think about that.
No, of course.
They'll just want a cigarette. They'll just go out and they'll smoke wherever. They don't care about
but those
the families out there.
Those are also the same people that, despite the fact that there might be like 4 young families with kids sat at a big long table in the middle of the beer garden, they might be 5 lads sat there on the adjacent table. And what I find more offensive is their language.
Yeah,
there is that.
You can smoke. You that's your fair dues. However, there are kids knocking about. It's the middle of the afternoon. If it was like 8, 9 o'clock at night, you'd be like, do you know what? Well, who's the odd one out here? Me or the kids?
So that's it.
It kind of swings back towards like, well, it's a beer garden in a pub. Do you know what I mean? Like, you want your kids to hang out here. What do you think's going to happen?
Exactly.
But I think vaping should be in the same bracket.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
As the smoking, and people walk around vaping and not caring where they are, where they're in, or whatever. They don't. I'm not smoking. I'm vaping. But it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
And you're doing your body the same amount of damage, even though it's not proven.
Especially if you've got a crop duster smoking.
Oh mate, these things are just ridiculous. And the kids that are using vapes nowadays is just outrageous. It's just like lollipops.
Oh yeah, you're seeing like 12-year-olds with them, and you're like,
So I think vaping should be categorised with smoking.
Yep, I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree.
Most of the time it is. Now you see signs in places it's like no e-cigs or cigarettes. Yeah.
But people walk into shops and vape.
Yeah.
Buses, trains, everything.
Yeah.
Don't care.
That's just normalised.
I'm not into it.
But you're using a drug. You're still using the nicotine. You're blurting that out, no matter who's around it.
Everyone's inhaling it.
Yeah, just because you want to vape, and I'm a smoker.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I'd rather die of something that medical science has got lots of information on. Do you know what I mean?
It's a choice.
Seriously, it's like that. Should I start vaping or should I stick to the ciggies? No, right. Medical science has amassed a huge amount of information about how to help you. If you have smoking,
I think we're going to have to wait. Aren't we? We're going to have to wait 20 years down the line before we know what's going to hit us.
Exactly.
Honestly, you'll be like at the cutting edge of medical science and nobody wants to be there. You know what I mean? Because that's like, well, we can try this. It's an experimental drug. You might grow a second head or like several more arms.
It's that grey area.
But we could save it. It's like that. Nah, I'd honestly give us a packet of fags.
Because like I say, all they've been going on about is cigarettes, innit? They should include vapes.
Well, things have been coming up where people have been getting bronchitis.
Oh yeah,
cigarettes.
People
like the bloke that tests them in the factory testing 10,000 like vapes a day. He's literally got there. He's like, what are you doing? I've just tested these vapes, but he's had his lips round them, so I get to like,
James.
But there's been kids taken to hospital, haven't there, through vaping that much that they've in intensive care.
Yeah.
That's what it's talking about.
Not even like 50.
Let's say because they're that centred towards kids and the flavours. They treat them like sweets.
Colours. And then they're like,
it's like beer tastes horrible because kids don't like it. Grown-ups like get used to it because it's alcohol. Do you know what I mean? It's supposed to taste bad.
Yeah, but beer doesn't explode as well. Like, have you seen that? There's some articles of like
batteries
under someone's pillow or something, and it's just blown.
Well, that's setting yourself right for hiding your vape from your mum.
But I think
if you have to hide your vape under your pillow from your mum, then guess what? You shouldn't be vaping.
Yeah.
But what they should do also, in my opinion, your opinion might differ, is make them all taste like cigarettes. Don't have them tasting with all these flavours. Have them taste the tobacco.
Yeah. I've got a mate, right, that stopped smoking ciggies. I think it was like family pressure. So he stopped smoking and started vaping, right? Yeah. And he went and found tobacco flavoured vape juice. And honestly, he gave me a go on it, and I was like, he's like, honestly, because he just loves the taste of cigarettes. Do you know what I mean? So like, he didn't spend 15 years smoking fruit flavoured cigarettes.
That's right.
Smoking cigarette flavoured cigarettes.
But you probably guarantee that 80% of these kids that vape will not vape. Do you know what I mean? If they all tasted a cigarette.
Oh yeah, if it tasted like
they wouldn't do it.
Yeah. It's like kids don't drink mild or bitter.
Yeah, exactly. Or Guinness.
Fucking horrible. Or Guinness. Yeah.
They drink sours.
Alco pops. Yeah. But there's that whole Alco Pops debate when like Alco Pops became a thing, weren't they?
Yeah.
Like that.
You're letting your kid have a bottle of fucking...
I mean, like, to be fair,
that blue stuff.
Wicked, yeah. We can't really say anything because, like, Big Toe Moonshine, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Allegedly.
What's talking people making moonshine out of Big Toe
smoking in beer gardens and elsewhere.
Which I think is a genius idea.
I know.
All the fun, none of the...
I love them so.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay, chip tea bikes. Is it worth it? I'm going to say no.
Depending on what
I'm
you
actually going to like change my opinion on this. Be like, why wouldn't you chip it? What's the point of having all that performance and not using it? It's like, no. Honestly, I've had as much, if not more, fun riding mine for the last couple of weeks without one.
Yeah.
It's like rediscovering it. So I'm going to go no.
No.
Cool.
Motorwear, warranty, invalidity, invalidation, whatever. Right, sound. Sports desk. Dan, what's been going in the world of sports this week?
Well, to be fair, it might be the next UFC or the one after. They're having it in the Sphere in Las Vegas. Big one, the big screen.
Jonty's in the Sphere.
Yeah,
what I'm thinking of is
big up Jonty and Annie.
How distracting is that going to be for the fighters?
I'm not sure they're going to have anything on
but they will have.
Well, they can just have it black.
No, but usually they have the
like
big the televisions thing, so the people who are high up in the stadiums can watch the fight on the TV. So what if they have that like plastered on the big fucking, like, you know what I mean?
Well, for Formula 1, when they did the night race there, the deal with the Sphere was that during the race there couldn't be anything moving or anything like distracting. They did have some stuff on it, but for the majority of it was all on the top of the Sphere. So from ground level, it wasn't like bright lights, big city, mega distraction. So I would imagine, given the complexity of it, that if you're up in the higher areas of it, then it'll be on the part of the ceiling that you can see without having to crane around and look. Do you know what I mean? And then like
probably just all be black with like sponsors and stuff like
that. So maybe like the like the lighting rig above the ring has got like a blacked out sensor, so you can't see through the middle of it and become distracted by it. But I mean, to be fair, if you're in a UFC ring, you should be fully focused on the person swinging punches and legs.
You don't see nothing else.
If you're distracted, you deserved it.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
That's how that goes.
You don't see nothing apart from that dude that's in front of you. You don't hear nothing either. You just
full Mr. Miyagi.
You do.
So that's UFC. What's who's on the card? Do we know have we got predictions? Have we got gambling?
Sean O'Malley versus Merab.
Is it?
Really? That's the main fight,
On the 26th?
I can't remember the date, but it is the next.
That's the next UFC. Okay. Any other sporting news?
No, I can only keep up on the UFC this week, to be fair.
Maybe we need a new sports desk. Maybe we need a new sports desk correspondent.
It's winter though, really, isn't it?
He's not started, but he's not started. It's like,
I've not.
Okay. Battle for top 10. That's worlds. That's worlds. Okay, you're gonna go around that way then. What should we talk about? Why Dan's not here? Should we talk about Dan? Why Dan's not here?
We should we?
This is an unusual one. I'm going to go to the bottle of wine. We'll just have like a little...
It's just an interlude happening going on here. Dan's going for a slash and
I'll probably
talk amongst yourselves.
The wine.
There you go, look.
I think we need to show the wine as well.
Friend of the
That's
show.
friend of the show.
We drink enough of it.
This yellowtail, jammy red fruit.
It's like the Vimto of red
it's
wine.
It's the go-to. For sure.
Vimto of red wine. We drink a lot of it. Yeah. What should we talk about? Chopping logs. Should we talk about chopping logs? We've like garden watch.
You've done plenty of chopping logs.
We've not done lawn watch for a while, so we fired up our log burner, moved into this place. Log burner's been sat all through the summer, really tempting. We've got a massive log store at the bottom of the garden. So
one of the neighbours down the road did cut a tree down. Yeah.
Bill knocked on from next door. He's like, "Oh, Col, just so you know, one of the tree come down. The logs are all on the ground. Just help yourself. I've just filled my trailer. I'm having a new loggy next week." It was like that sound. So we went down there in the van, put a couple in the van. Didn't take them all. Just like that's enough. Doesn't look like a lot in the back of the van, right? Then got back here. It's like, right, are we going to turn these into stuff we can fit in the fire? Because it's the big chunks.
It's a part of it.
Yeah,
it's the middle of the tree.
Big chunks of tree. So we start swinging a sledgehammer at it.
He almost killed
himself.
that
video.
Yeah, I took a video.
Did you make a video of me?
Yeah, he sent me it.
See, which was just basically firing bits off at me, and I've got the bruises to prove it. So at that point, we decided it wasn't safe. So we decided what was safer was that we went and bought a massive axe.
We need the right tools for the job.
Of course you do.
A hatchet and a wedge.
Yeah, baby.
So like the technique being that you get the lump hammer, right? Knock the wedge into the middle of the log, then you get the sledgehammer and swing the sledge, boof. And if you don't nail the wedge, if you're lucky, it fires out away from you. If you're unlucky, like this heavy,
it's heavy, you know.
It's proper heavy like that.
You'll need to give showers it.
Mate, honestly, you love it. It's full cave, man. It's like man-made fire.
You can split them like 4 ways and everything.
Honestly, fully nailed it, mate. Fully nailed. Get your iron. You get your range with the axe. You get the wedge through, split it into two. And we got like a big flat slice of the trunk, and I hit it that hard that it's broken into two. But it's great because you can put a log in stood up and then put the other piece in next to it like a little vice for logs.
Clamp in it.
So you get your half log down and you just get the big axe like that, weigh it up, and your one goes like that, whoop, straight through the middle of it. So you get just like this quarter log about this long, like
split.
Next week these guys will be wearing lumber jackets.
Yeah. He's got one.
Telling you, mate. Telling you. But in terms of like, I don't know, it's really primal things.
It's so satisfying as well.
I chop wood, we make fire.
Grr, and then you like
roots in it.
And then like you whack it in the loggy, and it just eats them, and the whole place is warm. And it's just some, I don't know, it's just way cool.
We're not even in winter yet, and they've got a log.
Bill's going down.
It was cold down, so it's like we actually thought that we haven't used it. So rather than it become cold and realise it doesn't work properly on the chimney cleaner,
let's give it a go.
Let's give it a run out.
Check if it works.
Works a treat. Log burners, friend of the show.
Absolutely.
So right, you're back now. That's it. We can carry on, can't we? Right. So let's move swiftly on. Should we do sponsors? Let's quickly talk about our sponsors because like last couple of shows we haven't really mentioned them, have we?
No,
we have like briefly.
We have a little bit, but Lonard still doing his thing.
Yeah.
Still, the watches are looking superb.
Ciao Mauro.
On the side of a Le Mans car.
LMP prototype still looking good. There's us. Taking pictures of us in the wild, and
he's got it plastered
cool ass on the side
of a leisure race car.
It's a leisure race car.
Looks good, man.
Really good. So I'm so pleased, mate. So pleased.
Absolutely.
Obsidian, have we heard from our friends at Obsidian?
It's been a while since I've heard from him.
Still the coolest, man.
Oh, he is.
Antonio. He's busy working on something.
We miss you, man.
We need to make contact, mate. We
miss you.
We need to have a chat.
Locked in.
I don't even see many posting on Insta these days. He's defo up to something. We hope you well.
I'll message you soon, mate.
We'll get in touch. Joe from Cutthroat Monkeys has been in touch.
Yeah, been in touch yesterday.
Driving his nan's Porsche.
Nan's Porsche, mate. Yeah, no, look wicked, mate. He took it out for a spin. He reckons it's an absolute weapon. It looked cool as well.
It's a Porsche at the end of the day.
Beautiful. Right, so speaking of Porsches, we'll touch on Richard Hammond's Porsche video later on.
Yes.
Honestly, former fan. Not anymore. Cutthroat Monkeys, Atlas Forge as well.
Yeah, we're still working. I've still got to speak to them about a giveaway, but they've got something new. They're working on something new coming out. So
He's right.
maybe we could work something together with that. I'll give them a message soon as well.
Lovely jubbly. So let's stay on the topic of Porsches.
Porsche.
Richard Hammond's video recently on social media of him driving around in his new 911 GTS.
What do you drive, Richard?
It's like, hi, my name's Richard, I drive a Porsche. So it's like, honestly,
that's his Tinder profile.
It's about, for someone who's like usually quite humble, right? Honestly, it's a bit like, check me out, yes, I'm driving a Porsche, do you know what I mean?
Is it a Turbo S?
It's a Turbo S, and he's going on about how good it is, and he must mention half a dozen times how expensive it is,
yes.
and how it's just his daily driver. You're like, dude, get out from your own arse. Honestly, I'm like, big
He'll probably
fan.
come back out and say, look, mate, I'm just taking the piss.
Read his books, watched the workshop thing, like, big fan. However, this is a bit like, whoa,
he's literally sat there going, this is expensive, but not for me.
Yeah, basically, but not for me. Yeah.
And stroking himself while he says
honestly.
it.
Yeah.
And when you open the taps, wow, it's amazing.
Stands up tall.
No, he can't. He can't stand up
Still
tall.
need to boost the seat.
He's just like me.
It's like big Neil.
Boost the seat.
Big Rich. Yeah, so that wasn't particularly keen on your video, Rich. I'm sorry, mate. But a little bit more humility. Everybody watching it's probably going, I'll never ever earn enough money to buy a Porsche in their life. Yeah, there's you go, well, no, it's just hiding under a tree. It's my daily driver. If I want something fun, I'll take this out. Or if I want to do this, I'll take this out. But this, no, like, dude, knock it off.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
like, tone it down.
Whoa,
Be humble.
you're successful, great. We love that. I'm all for people being successful.
But we know.
There's no need to ram it down our throats. So.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Anyway. Just pass some this way, mate.
Or if you were like lending it to a bunch of strangers to do time lapse, then I'd be like that. Sound.
And we're quite up for it, mate.
Yeah.
We'll take that bad boy around the track.
Yeah, definitely. Redline house.
Yes.
And we heard from Trotty. Where's Trotty?
I have no idea. He must have fell down that pit.
That super pit in Kalgoorlie is now got Trotty at the bottom of it.
I don't know. I sent him links to the last podcast we've done. Messaged him, nothing. So,
Trotty,
not friend of the show, he's fell out with us. Is that what we're saying? Is that what we're saying?
Get in contact.
Hope you well, mate. Hope nothing I really do actually hope nothing
Yeah.
bad's happening.
I'll make sure I message him tomorrow.
Please do. Fox. Oh, if you're watching, right, all you got to do, unless you're driving, is just see the little button down there, right?
Like and subscribe.
And
message, like we said last week.
Send us a message
Send
as
us
well.
a
Come on,
message.
where are you? We
Just
know
even
you're
it's
out
just
there.
a yo, hi,
We know
whatever.
people are watching.
Just message.
Realistically, though, if you're driving, you shouldn't be watching.
You can be listening.
Well, you can be listening.
Yeah.
It's not exactly a very visual show, is it? I mean, like, it's essentially the same thing.
Do you want us to make it visual?
Go on.
Or not?
Yeah, go on. I'm interested now. How are you proposing?
Crack on.
Oh, you're not going to make it?
No, not at all.
Okay, sorry, my bad. Where's Trotty? Trotty's gone. Right, so we're going to get to the meat and gravy of it now, right? Bear Grylls versus Ray Mears. I know you've all been waiting for this, and we've made you wait. Bear Grylls versus Ray Mears.
I'm in the Ray Mears camp for sure.
I don't even know who he is.
You don't.
Whoa, what?
You're gonna have to give me some.
Ray Mears.
See, that's the generation thing. They know who Bear Grylls is. All action. Well, he appears to be all action. Stays in hotels, but Ray Mears. He's down with and dirty, isn't he?
He's like your gentleman he's a bushman. He's like, you know what I mean?
That's exactly what he is.
He's your gentleman of the environment. He's kind of like if you crash on a plane, right, and there's 100 passengers and Bear Grylls, right, and there's 100 passengers and Ray Mears, right?
Ray Mears.
Who would you rather be on a plane involved in a plane crash with?
And who would you rather be in team?
Quick, once over the scenario.
Okay.
If you crash on a plane with Bear Grylls, you've got a survival expert with you. Yeah. All good. Yeah. However, not everyone's going to
survive.
Right?
No.
It's a bit like, right, so the most direct path is straight across those waterfalls, through that rock gully, over the glacier, and we might pick up we'll drink our own piss and we'll probably eat some pebbles, right?
Yeah.
That's like, you got
that's Bear Grylls.
If you're not like, say for example, if you have an underlying medical condition, you're dead weight.
Yeah, you're
it's a
getting
bit
used as a stepping stone.
I think
so
you're looking
your
at
dinner
fucking, I
on
think
night
you're looking
one,
at
I'm going
15.
to drink my own piss and eat the infirm, right, for the first part of the trip, and then we've only called in like one helicopter, so we're basically going to have to choose who gets out. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Simple as.
Like Ray Mears, I think you're looking at 90% getting back. Bear Grylls you're looking at 15 to 20%.
Like Bear Grylls, I think you've got like I don't know, you might shed maybe 10 or 15% of your party. Like start out 100 people crash.
I think there's going to
90 people might set out for home because not everybody made the crash, right? 60 are going to get back, right?
I think
definitely. The rest, you know,
stragglers.
We can't put everybody at risk because of the few people. It's like natural selection in Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
And it might take you a week, right? Ray Mears, right? All of the people are getting back. Because Ray Mears is going to find a way of getting everybody, including the injured and the infirm, from where the crash site is,
methodically,
not very far. He's going to get them out of danger's way. And by the time the stragglers have got to the muster point, Ray will have constructed a 3-story bivouac, right?
With central heating and running water.
Each. He'll have fashioned a bush radio from palm trees, right? Palm trees and probably monkeys, right? And he'll have already contacted the emergency services, who have sent a boat.
That's right.
Right, so it's going to take a while longer, like because there's so many to pick up, and they'll be like finding shore a few miles away. So it could be a while before you get there. However, you're with Ray Mears.
That's right.
So
you're going to eat.
So you're going to eat really well. You probably put a few pounds on whilst you're there. Right? You're going to learn some cool shit. Right. Everyone gets out alive. No messing. Right. In fact, it might take you that long to get out that you might be like 100 people crashed, but it might be romance. You could end up with like
some people might stay.
This is our crash baby. We were spent that long being rescued that we had a child. So like 100 people crashed, 101 people came out. You know what I mean? All looking really, really well, and the ones that were ill, Ray found bush medicine.
He found a cure.
And cured them. Right? So there was someone with like a cancer issue. Ray has completely sorted everybody out. Everybody now knows how to survive in the wild, find water, make a fire, like butcher.
And they've now called the wilderness home.
Exactly. And some people might go, do you know what? I really like it.
Back, right?
I'm just going to stay if that's cool.
Yeah.
And like become part of Ray Mears' international network of rescuees.
But with Bear Grylls, if you want action and adventure and maybe not getting
you might have to jump off a 50-foot waterfall into a plunge pool to like stay on track. Ray Mears is like, whoa,
we'll find a way.
We'll go and look at it as a day out.
That'd be
do you
nice.
know what I mean? Like,
take a few snaps,
couple of selfies for the socials. However, we're taking the long way.
That's right, and we will
pretty
survive.
Way in Ray Mears' book. So that's the difference in terms of like mindset. Do you know what I mean? Like between the two.
So Ray Mears for me.
Mate, Ray Mears every day. Just because there'll be boss hanging out with Ray Mears for a couple of months.
I'll just go with, you know.
I know Dan did hastily say Bear Grylls.
I did say Bear Grylls at the start, but from what I've heard, Dan, I will go with the person. Including everyone.
This is the other. Like, I'll give you another example. So, when Ray Mears does his survival series, right, 8 episodes, Ray gets dropped off at the beginning of episode 1 and makes it out at the end of episode 8, right?
Yeah.
Bear Grylls survival 8 episodes, right? He has 8 like escapes, 8 individual situations, and it's like that pow 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 production team in the background, and they're never too far away from a really posh hotel, right?
Of course not.
Ray Mears, he's like that, right? So we're in for 6 months.
I'm making it.
Get ourselves set up. He's got like solar central heating. He's got a butler,
Wi-Fi,
double garage. Do you know what I mean? Like honestly, Ray Mears is like that. He's not staying in an hotel. Ray Mears is like
he's making his own hotel.
He's like
he's
this is
making his hotel in the bush.
I've just made a village.
How long we on shoot for? Ray's then constructed a small town capable of housing the entire production crew with amenities. Do you know what I mean?
Population
for
of
the
200.
duration of the shoot. It's like no, we're like real. We're in there like
in the wild,
like eating bugs like that. Who do you think I am? Bear Grylls like that. You're messing. He's got like jungle herbs, like a little bit of like olive oil off a thyme branch. You know, he's the full it, mate. Honestly,
full on like spice selection and everything.
I'm telling you, mate. Ray Mears every single time.
Go ahead then.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Ray Mears. So that was a quick one this week. Yes. Bear Grylls. So Ray Mears by unanimous, like Ray Mears. Ray Mears. Yeah, absolutely. Ray Mears. Are you still Ray Mears? Are you going Ray Mears now?
See, Ray changed his mind.
Fair enough.
Friend of the show, well done, Ray. Right, so we need our Wall of Fame now, don't we?
We need the book.
We need the book. So who've we got in it now? We've got Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice. Yes.
This is going to be like the best party list ever. If you're going to have invited to party like that, I want Ray Mears, Vanilla Ice. Who else did we have? What did we do last week? We didn't do
one. We touched on it, didn't we? But we skated over it for whatever reason.
There's a few of us.
So for next week, we came up with a good one for next week.
Yeah, we did.
Sam Jackson versus Morgan Freeman.
Boom.
Right. I mean, you could do like the whole questions like who's best at making tea, Bear Grylls, Ray Mears. Well, it's Ray Mears, isn't it? Because like Bear Grylls would be made of piss.
Yeah. It's just been boiling.
It's just be boiled piss with like some branch or something in it like that. That's Bear Grylls tea. Ray Mears has got a stash of Darjeeling with him. And he's going to craft himself a jungle kettle from leaves. You know what I mean? Like that, and milk a tree for like
whatever.
How many sugars? I'm just gonna take some sap from this tree, turn it into sugar cubes. Honestly, Ray Mears is going to win every time. No matter what questions we ask. So, Sam Jackson versus Morgan Freeman for next week, right?
Pair up.
This is how we're going to do it. We're going to split the table down the middle, right? We need a coin, and you get who you get.
Heads. We're basically going to argue for.
Yeah, whoever's
we argue
just
for.
level the playing field. So, heads, Sam, tails, Morgan, right? No kid's called Morgan.
Who are you flipping for?
So I reckon team old versus team young.
We'll go. So tails is Sam.
So we'll let them pick heads or tails.
So tails is Sam. Heads is Morgan.
Heads is Sam. Tails is Morgan.
The other way around.
That's how I've got them right there. Sam,
I can't
heads,
see. I've got my glasses.
Heads Sam. Tails Morgan. We're going to that really old thing now.
I've got them there, mate. I just can't
get assigned to. Is it your side or our side?
Well, no, you're going to choose heads or tails.
Yeah. What do you want?
What do I want?
Heads or tails?
I don't know. Give me
heads or tails.
I think tails.
I'll tell you what, right? I'll flip it and then just call, right?
Tails.
I'm not gonna look.
What do you want?
We'll go tails.
We'll go tails.
Yeah.
Tails it is.
What does he get?
Right, so you've got Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have 7 days, as well as sports desk. You have 7 days to figure out and memorise as many Morgan Freeman facts as you can, right? And information that you think may win in a heated debate over whether he's better or worse than Sam Jackson. And we don't know what the questions are going to be yet. So, like, if you don't know the answer to the question, you need enough background information to make it up and sound convincing.
Yeah.
And we'll do the same.
You've got to be a big fan.
So, like, basically, we're going to read wiki on Sam Jackson. They're going to read wiki on Morgan Freeman, and fingers crossed that'll be enough. That's kind of going to be it, isn't it? That's how this plays out.
Winging it.
Fully winging it. Cool. Right. So, for episode 24, we have Sam Jackson. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's us. Right, there was an interesting reel about Sam Jackson. A number of times he says "motherfucker" in the film, like versus how much he gets paid for the film. And he's basically he got paid something like $58,000 every time he said "motherfucker." Those are the stats that we need.
What
Sam Jackson, team old.
He played God.
He did.
There is that. And many people have impersonated him to do voiceovers for adverts.
Exactly.
How many of those adverts were actually Morgan Freeman? That's what we want to. I'm Morgan. It was like LV or some. Wasn't it right? Yeah. Sam Jackson, Morgan Freeman, Morgan F. There you go.
Face off.
Team Young, which is them. So right, we've written that down.
If you didn't know, Oasis are
Oh yeah.
Of course.
If you didn't notice
that as well, yeah.
I mean,
you've got
your head in the sand and you don't know about
Liam
Oasis.
and Noel said it would never happen.
Hated each other.
And I've just announced a whole load of gigs, so it's been happening
amazing.
for
It's
a while.
planning,
They've set it all up.
The planning has got to have taken place over the last 6 to 12 months. Hasn't it? It's not just gone. I tell you what, we'll announce a reunion tomorrow, and then we'll plan it.
Sunshine. Except one of the gigs is going to clash with Form the Student next year, so it's a bit like.
Or we could go to London.
Actually, the price of the tickets aren't that bad. Actually,
150 quid.
Yeah, no, but from about 78 to 150, not just 150.
Because I was thinking, I went to see the Foo Fighters. It cost me 80 quid, right, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
150 quid to see Oasis standing. You're like, well, are they twice as good as the Foo Fighters? No, honestly, I don't think they're as good as the Foo Fighters in terms of alive.
I mean, I'm
Dave
not.
bloody Grohl. Not Liam.
I'm not an Oasis fan. A couple of the songs, okay, but I'm not an Oasis fan.
Got an hole on the wall over there. There he is. I'm not a massive Oasis fan myself, but that's just a boss picture.
It is a good picture.
Blends with the wall.
It does, yeah.
Snooty.
Nice one, Snoot.
Nice one,
We'll keep it off camera because what his agent doesn't know about.
Oh, this is true.
And the other pieces as well.
And the other ones that I hung up on.
Is he still?
Tim was in Mates Race.
He was doing work for Callum Best, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's looking. His Callum messaged him last week to do a piece. Whether that's progressed or not, I don't know.
Loving your work, look good, man. I looked at the pictures he sent to him.
Yeah, he did. He did a George Best thing, but that's not the one for Callum.
No, I like the first version that you sent me.
Yeah, the George Best piece looked good, mate. Like it.
Sam versus Morgan for next week. You know, we were talking about earlier on smoking in beer gardens, clean air and all that kind of stuff, right? Reminded me of, I've not written meme of the week. Reminded me of, it's a Mountain Dew one for me every time.
Oh yeah.
It's just so good.
There you go, meme of the week done.
Meme of the week done. So write that down and then tick it off. There you go. Clean air policy, right? So, can you smoke in a beer garden? Is it cool? Is it not cool? Is it worth it? Right. So, brings up all these things about like clean air policies because you have to slow down on the A483 through Wrexham.
Yep.
Because it's a clean air zone, right?
Yeah.
So you slow down, less emissions, the houses either side of the A483, blah, 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 blah. And I get that. That makes a load of sense.
Yeah.
Except I watched the reel this week from some bloke in Yorkshire who they must have picked for not sounding like the brightest man there is in... proper, you know what I mean?
Proper Yorkshire.
Barnsley, where he's all over the place. And he made a really good point. He's like, well, bloody must have like this new clean air policy in Barnsley somewhere where you've either got to slow down or it's fuming, right? Yeah. Fuming. Yorkshire fume going on. But he applied Yorkshire logic to it, right? Well, so what's the point of this? Like, imagine Barnsley's got clean air, right? And whoever's next door hasn't got clean air, and it's a windy day.
And the wind's blowing in
all our
Barnsley's
clean
direction.
air blows away, and we get all their dirty air.
It's
a bit like...
That's logic.
And you're like, do you know what, right? You've got to give him a little bit of credit for that, because like if next door to you is like some... I don't know, it's like the China of Yorkshire, and it's just like
churning
out like fumes and stuff like that, and the wind's heading your way. So no matter how good your clean air policy is, or how much you slow down on that particular section of the road, guess what?
You can have bad air.
Clean air policy. Is it worth it?
No,
I don't think it is. If you want to slow people down on a road just like that, just put a average speed thing in place. You don't have to give them a reason.
That's right. No.
It's almost a bit insulting. Oh, we don't want you speeding. Why? Pollution. Like that. What? Are you really? What, pollution 10 miles away where it comes down over there? Like that. Sorry. Clean air policy, mate. Barnsley.
Not worth it.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. We like that.
Well done, fella.
Bottle Rocket. We should talk briefly about Bottle Rockets. A couple of years ago now. Kids come home for the summer holidays, blah, blah, blah. And we're doing like the Pepsi thing with a couple of Mentos in it and spraying everywhere. And they're like, wee, look, you can make it. Like you go on YouTube and there's people doing like these little Coke bottle rockets with Mentos and stuff. I fully mead it. Right? I looked at it and was like, whoa, bottle rockets, this sounds like fun. We could do, like, so then make a bottle rocket go. Easy. Yay! So like me and the girls made this bottle rocket. We went about it in the typical Redline all the time. I was Redline all the time even then, right? So, then? You know those water coolers, like with the big plastic bottles in the top? We got one of them. Put a plant pot, like the diameter of it, on the top of it, but put a football in the plant pot and taped it on. So it was like, and we had several plant pots because that was our reusable, like, crash landing gear, effectively. Right? If all went well, it was going to land nose down, and I didn't want to kill the whole rocket, so like, plant pot with a football in, it basically lands and goes, kills the plant pot, boing, bounces off, and lands somewhere without damaging it. So we went and found a place that makes for sale signs, right? There's a printing place like on the Argyle, believe it or not. And I sent the girls in, like 10 years old, 12 years old, super cute. You know what I mean? Can we have some boards? Because I'm like, right, we need wings, right? But we need like super light wings. And I'm like, for sale signboard. That's like corrugated plastic. Perfect, right? So managed to get some of that. I had recently I didn't have it already. I went and bought it. A 12-volt air compressor, you know, for your car, and went and blagged a load of valve stems off one of my mates, and fashioned this thing that went in the bottom of the water bottle. That basically, when it built up to enough pressure, just spat it out the bottom. So it was like pushed it in, wedged it right in, and just based on the fact when there's enough pressure built up, it's going to eject it out the bottom, and then all the water's going to come out at pressure. Thinking it's a long shot. It's a bit like Great Egg Race. Remember the Great Egg Race? It's a bit like Scrap Heap Challenge. You know what I mean? Like that should work. So we built this rocket. And because it had these wings that came down past the bottom of the rocket, we needed to make like a little launching thing to put it in. So because like the points of the things were like below the bottom of the rocket, and basically it's like this tube came up and you went sat it on till the tips of the wings were sat on the ground and it was stable. But fill it with water. Take a 12-volt battery with you, right? So this is like a vehicle-assisted launch, like, and you've probably got about 15 litres of water at the bottom of this thing. You're like, it's never going to lift off. It's at least 15 kilos, you know what I mean, because of all the water in it. Oh well, cranked it up, and I videoed its first ever test flight. We spent a little while making it. It's a thing of beauty, right? And there's like test flight. So we went down to the dipstick, it was clear night, set it up thinking, right, either the whole thing's going to explode because the bottom's not going to push out and then we're just going to build up too much pressure and it's going to go badly wrong, or it's just not going to launch. So anyway, first launch, fire it in, set it up, everyone's standing round. This thing literally, first launch went straight up vertical. I must have gone up about 100 feet, right? Straight up, this perfect trail of like water that just looked like spray underneath, like actual launch. Went up, turned around and come down about 10 feet from where it launched, like right face, like head first, bang onto the ball, smashed the plant pot, completely took all the sting out of it, ba-doomph, and just landed undamaged. And I'm like, it's reusable like that. This is amazing.
As intended.
Filled it back up again, plonked it on its launcher, fired it back, poof, and we just spent ages just launching this bottle rocket about 100 feet into the air, and that was about its maximum range, no matter what like payload of water you put in it.
What you're saying is we're going to have to make it Redline,
so
we're basically going into orbit.
Bottle rocket project, Redline bottle rocket, because we can go down the dips and actually film this and show it here, do you know what I mean? That would be hilarious. So I'll find the video of me launching the old bottle rocket, and we'll do that for next week. We'll have it here, because honestly, you're like, it's spectacular. You're like, he's talking it up. No, honestly, I'm not even messing.
It is a thing of beauty.
It's like, whoosh, off it goes, and you're immediately vertical like that. It's like you got your kids around, you've got, fuck me, it's one of them like that. I imagined it being that good. I never ever for once thought it would be that good.
It would actually
do you know what I mean?
Good,
but it took off spiral slightly. Just turned and come straight down, landed as intended, strapped a new plant pot to the top of it.
Go again.
Off we go. And for that whole summer, everywhere we went, we took it with us. It was in the van the whole time. Every camping trip, every time we went to friends, the girls would be like that. Dad, can we launch the bottle rocket? You're like in your mate's back garden, and you're like, yeah, I reckon we get it up and down here, like no problem, like because there's no wind, it just goes straight up.
Straight
down. So we've got to beat the 100-foot
absolutely epic,
Definitely.
mate. So
more pressure.
the plan was to put a GoPro on it.
Yeah.
And we put a GoPro on it, put it on, launched it, and the launch velocity took the GoPro off. Honestly, it peeled the GoPro off it. You're like, shit.
I can really touch Jack.
I reckon you could pilot it, mate.
Yeah.
Like.
So what we need probably is something like that. Build up some real pressure. So keep your eyes open for a fairly
We'll alert the aviation department.
Like we probably need to file a flight plan or something like that. We need to figure out like the next vessel, because the water cooler thing is almost perfect.
Yeah,
it's great.
But if we're going bigger, we
need something as sturdy with a central filling position that we can put a bit more water in it, and we're going to need more pressure as well, because we're going to be launching a lot more weight. I reckon if we put 20 litres of water in it, you're going to be launching 20 plus kilos, 100 foot into the air, which requires some force.
That's a lot of force. I'm sure we can.
Redline all the time project in effect. We've not had a project before, right? So we can do this over a couple of weeks. Here's a build. We'll actually have it here, and then we'll put a sticker on it.
Of course we will.
And we'll put logo sponsors on it and everything. Honestly, this
face it up so you can see all of the stickers. Boom.
And we'll have a GoPro on it so that you can see the sponsor stickers whilst it's in flight as well. Well, that Lonard, has anyone put you into orbit yet? See there we go into places where other
Redline space time
people fear to tread. Mate, honestly, fuck you, Elon Musk. Right, that with your network of satellites, we're going to launch them using water.
Exactly.
We're having it.
Do one.
So, bottle rocket, that's a definite goer. We'll get onto that one. Keep your eyes open for something that we can use for bottle rocket. I'll start applying myself to the launch and release mechanism, which was a complete fluke last time, but worked really, really well. I think we've covered everything on the list. Done really good there.
Astrology.
Oh, end on a high.
Astrology. Do you want green or red?
Red, please. Red.
There we go.
Astrology time.
That's worth a month.
Redline astrology time. Our astrology for the week. So, are we going to go same order before? Dan, go first.
Goes up. Right, I'm going to anti-clockwise there.
The noisiest.
The noise. They are, aren't they?
There you go. Let's get them out first so that they're not noisy.
Get them out.
Go on, Dan. Sorry, first of all, star sign.
Scorpio.
Pin and back. This is you.
It says, you will soon be honoured by someone you respect.
Ooh, that's a thing, isn't it? Star sign.
Opportunity.
Star sign.
Sorry, Virgo.
If you're a Virgo,
this is for you. Opportunities surround you if you know where to look.
See, I love that one. I like that one. That's a good one.
Where to look.
Star sign.
Aries,
the Ram. If this is you, this is what's coming your way.
You will make a name for yourself.
Just that. Could be a bottle rocket. That's it. Become famous for making a bottle rocket. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Right, what have I got? Pisces. Pisces.
Yeah, he's the fish.
The fish.
Flop it around.
This is for us, the Pisceans in the house. You will be fortunate in the opportunities presented to you.
Wow. Nice.
Now that's a proper thing, isn't it?
How
did we get on with our last predictions? Is any of it ring true, come true?
Golden ticket.
I don't even remember what I had.
I cannot remember.
Of golden opportunity, whatever it was.
Golden opportunity.
Yeah, nothing, no.
I don't remember.
I cannot remember the last time.
I was like, how long do these last for? As long as you got it with you. So
That's
I
right,
put it in my pocket. I had it in my
Mine's
pocket
somewhere.
for oh, here we go.
The back of his
It's in
phone.
the back of his phone. Hey, here we go. So, your previous horoscope was?
You will reach the highest possible point in your business or profession.
Oh, well, you see, I think that's a slow burner, that one. I think, keep that one with you.
Put them in the bank.
Well, then you got a job.
I was thinking that.
There you go, you see. Like we said,
path.
if you're vague enough with your horoscope prediction, you can kind of map it to whatever's happening.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah,
you will make a name for yourself.
You have made a name for yourself.
There we
I
go.
wonder what way.
Well, I will be fortunate in the opportunities presented to me, whatever they might be.
See what happens, isn't it?
The opportunity to build a Bossa rocket.
Hey, you never know.
It'd be like... No, I'm not even going to go there. It'd be like an interesting thing to do.
Yeah.
So...
Is that it?
I think that's it.
I think what we'll do is strap these to the bottle rocket. It was sticking to
Send them back to where they came from. The stars.
Get a receipt. Get a refund.
Anyway, Martin's letting Chippy in.
I think we'll be back with that next week.
These were wrong, mate. I want my money back.
Shall we go with the Chippy now?
Right. So, I think that's all from us. Fox, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Comment.
Leave us a comment. Come on, we know you're out there. Leave us a comment. Even if it's like horrible.
Whatever.
Or, taking the piss, whatever it is, just say something. We know you're out there. Yeah.
What's it mean?
It's pretty obvious.
It's a bit quiet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah.
Right, so until next time, keep it Redline.
There we go.